It's so good to see everybody on this fall feeling afternoon. It feels so cold and crisp in LA. I'm into it, people. My little Michigan heart is coming out.
I was going to say only someone who came from a colder clime would say that.
Yes. All right, we're going to jump in. Thank you all for joining and welcome to our second SSC meeting of the 2021 school year. We're really excited to engage with everybody in the Zoom format. Y'all know me, Corey Jansen, school director. Good to see everyone. On our instructional team, we also have Mr. Wynn, our 6th grade math and science teacher, and Mr. Arellano, our 5th grade ELA teacher in our Zoom call today. Hi, everybody. We've got a number of parents. I'm excited for us to move into the voting and conversations about our permanent parent SSC meeting members as we move through this meeting. And I'll let Ms. Ruiz introduce herself as well.
Hola, bienvenidos a todos. Estamos muy emocionados en tener ustedes aquí. Ustedes ya conocen a la directora de la escuela, la señora Jansen, el señor Arellano y también el señor Quinn, que son maestros y también van a ser miembros votantes del Concilio Escolar. Hoy, al fin de esta presentación, vamos a abrir el periodo de votar, pero antes de eso, queríamos oír de algunos de los candidatos que tenemos hoy. Y primero vamos a empezar en hablar de nuestras reglas de participación hoy. So Corey, if you want to start with the session engagement piece, and then move from there.
I'm on it. So our engagement in an SSC meeting looks different than in a cafecito or some of our other Zoom calls that we engage in as a school family. This is a meeting space that will ultimately be owned and run and led by some of our fabulous parents. So please, in this small group setting, you may ask questions or make comments using the chat box, but everyone is also welcome to unmute and speak. Let's just be mindful of voices, meaning speak up, but don't dominate the conversation, and allow space for others to be heard as well. Let's be respectful.
Todas estas reuniones del Concilio Escolar se ven un poco diferente de los cafecitos. Menos la presentación, es más participante. Por favor, cuando otros están hablando, por favor permanezca en silencio. Si usted tiene una pregunta, escríbelo en el cuadro del chat box. En inglés o en español, lo que sea está bien. Podemos leerlo y entenderlo en los dos idiomas. Y hoy no creo que tenemos una sesión de preguntas y respuestas, pero sí hay. Lo podemos dejarlo al fin. Y también para recordarles, sí vamos a grabar esta sesión de Zoom para que los que no pudieron unirse a esta reunión, sí lo va a grabar para compartirlo con los demás, pero por el regla del concilio, después de esta junta, las juntas sí se van a cerrar entre nomás los miembros y los miembros votantes. Después de esta sesión, nomás se compartirá con los que pertenecen a este grupo. And our agenda today.
We are going to do a roll call in a moment. We are going to review what SSC is. We're going to give our candidate introductions for our parent roles. And ultimately, we will vote. That is our main purpose of our meeting today, is to solidify our members in SSC.
Hoy vamos a hacer una llamada de existencia. Eso quiere decir hablar un poquito para nomás decir su nombre y que estás aquí participando. También vamos a cubrir otra vez en breve qué es el Concilio Escolar para que los que no se unieron antes pueden conocer un poco lo que es el grupo y nuestras metas. Y también vamos a tener un periodo de introducción a los candidatos y después de eso vamos a abrir la vota. Por eso nos unimos hoy para tener la elección para los puestos que tenemos hoy. So,
Before we move into
sorry, go for it.
review of SSC, Ms. Rees, do you think that while we're in the distance format, capturing the participant list will suffice for the roll call, or is there anything further that we need to do?
We would need to state it just because typically in an SSC meeting we would sign in. So we do, for compliance purposes, need to speak their names and then say that we're here. That's it.
Got it. Take it away.
Okay, so first, I guess I'll go myself. Jasmine Rees, present.
Corey Jansen's present.
Jason Huynh, present.
Rudy Arellano, present.
Aida Kwamatsi, present.
Hilda Chiquin, present.
Anyone else? ¿Alguien más?
Mónica Bautista, present.
Yoshi Zamudio, present.
I think there might be a couple of others, but they may have stepped away. But I see Mr. Guerrero just joined the call. Mr. Guerrero, we're taking roll, so if you could just state your name and present so that it's captured.
Raúl Guerrero, present.
Perfect.
And I believe that's it.
Okay. So first, this is just a really brief overview of the School Site Council for EQ4. It's a group that consists of parents, teachers, and school staff, basically all of us being community members of Equitas Academy 4. The group purpose is to make recommendations for overall school goals, programs, to plan and lead fundraising efforts, and to make decisions about the expenditure of certain types of funds. The commitment is a new addition to this piece so that everyone is well aware of the commitment. At this point in time, really it could be a wide range, but at the minimum it is 2 hours a month for members, and that is whoever is the holds a role such as president or vice president, things of that nature. Or even just voting members, just to account for participation in meetings and any potential committee meetings. The hourly commitment per month could be a little bit more. It really depends on the activities that the School Site Council decides to participate in. And just a really brief review of the roles itself. We have president, which the main responsibility externally is to preside over meetings. Vice president supports the president and also acts in their absence in meetings. Secretary, you keep notes, take notes, and notify the School Site Council of upcoming events. And voting members, to specifically review that, really this is important because the School Site Council, just to clarify, we do have 3 elected roles, but we also do need to vote on 2, and I'll go into this a bit more in the presentation. 2 voting members, basically it's any interested parent. Your only responsibility is to really show up to meetings and participate in a vote. So that's why we do have to formally include you in the election, and we'll be asking for parent volunteers, but we do have some suggestions that we received during the nomination period, so we can go over that as well. That being said, un recordatorio de qué es el Concilio del Ciclo Escolar. Es un grupo de padres, maestras y maestros y el liderazgo de la escuela, que se considera el concilio. Y la comunidad de
Apúrate que I need your help.
Academy número 4.
Como
Si me hablas, por favor, ponte gracias. Y el grupo está encargado de hacer recomendaciones para las metas y programas escolares y planificar y dirigir los esfuerzos de recaudación de fondos y tomar decisiones sobre el gasto de esos fondos. El compromiso para todos que quieren participar en este grupo es a lo mínimo 2 horas al mes y podría ser más dependiendo de las actividades en las que el concilio decida participar. Y los puestos que tenemos para el concilio son presidente, que presiden en las reuniones, vicepresidente, apoyar al presidente y actuar como presidente en su ausencia, secretaria, tomar notas de juntas y notificar al concilio sobre eventos programados. Y tenemos miembros votantes, cualquier persona de la comunidad, padre, madre, que están interesados en participar, pero que no quieren tomar una posición en el concilio. Más en la presentación vamos a cubrir voluntarios para estas 2 posiciones porque hay 2 disponibles. Y podemos empezar. Hoy vamos a empezar con, today we will start with, we have received basically many recommendations, many nominations for this particular candidate for president of the School Site Council. Mr. Raul Guerrero, he is a proud parent of EQ4 scholar Celeste Guerrero. He comes to us from EQ3, and we're happy to have Mr. Guerrero. We asked him to say a few words about his goals. Para introducirlo, el candidato para presidente del concilio es el señor Raúl Guerrero. Es el padre de nuestro estudiante de 5º grado, Celeste Guerrero. Ellos vienen de la Equitas número 3 y estamos muy afortunados en tenerlos con nosotros. Y él preparó algunas palabras para hoy, antes de que entramos al votar. So go ahead and kick it off, Mr. Guerrero.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Well, my name is Raul Guerrero. Like she was telling, I'm the parent of Celeste Guerrero. I have been involved on Equitas, not number 4, but number 3, since it was initiated. My girl started on kindergarten, and now she's in 5th grade. One of the things that mostly concern me is the education of my daughter. That's what I'm more concerned about. And one of the things that I like to do is actually be involved with the school to better the education of my daughter, to help parents communicate with the school if there's any issues. They used to always call me, and we work together so we can resolve any issues that involve on the education of my daughter. And based on that, same thing with the school staff, they would always count with me to do any to help them with any circumstances that may appear. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Raúl Guerrero y como dijo la maestra, soy el padre de Celeste Guerrero. Comencé con Equitas desde que se inició, Equitas número 3, que fue cuando mi niña estaba en pre-kinder. Ahora mi niña está en 5º grado y tengo otra niña también en Equitas número 3. Una de las cosas que siempre he tratado es de estar involucrado en la educación de mi niña, que creo que es lo más importante que hay. siempre he estado en comunicación con los padres. Cualquier situación que pasaba me hablaban y tratábamos de resolverla juntos. También con los maestros o directivos de la escuela. Si había alguna situación que estaba pasando, siempre me llamaban para poder ayudarles en lo que se pudiera. Una de mis mayores pasiones es mejorar la educación de los niños, y Equitas ha hecho un buen trabajo. Bueno, ese soy yo. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, Mr. Guerrero. I appreciate your time. Next, we are going to be hearing from the candidate for Vice President, Hilda Chiquin. She is a proud parent of 3 of EQ4's scholars, Cindy, Nancy, and Edgar, and I do believe she has another scholar in a lower grade. Ahora para introducir a nuestra candidata para vicepresidenta es Hilda Chiquin, la mamá de 3 de nuestros estudiantes aquí en EQ4, y ella también va a decir algunas palabras sobre sus metas y sobre su experiencia en el liderazgo de la escuela. Hilda?
Hi, yes, my name is Hilda Chiquin, and I'm really proud that all 3 kids go to EQ4. My daughter has started since 4th grade, going to high school next year. I have seen such a huge growth. It makes me happy. She will be a good student in high school and with a good education. I want the school to strive for better. And I also have another daughter that goes to EQ on Pico on 3rd grade. And I'm really proud of the school. I mean, I really can say that this school have been showing my kids a really good education, and I really want the best for them. And like the guys, Rudy said, my priority is my kids, the education for them, and I want the best for them. And whenever the teachers or anything they have called me, I am always there for them, because for me, their education is first. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Gracias, Hilda. Thank you very much for your time. And next, I believe we were to hear from Ms. Benitez. Mayre, no sé si estás en la llamada. Okay, looks like we were not able to have her join yet. So I'm gonna skip ahead. Voy a hablar un poquito sobre 2 puestos que tenemos. No son puestos, quizás no tienen responsabilidad de la oficina del Concilio, pero lo que sí es requerido asistir en las juntas que tenemos del Concilio, y también tienen la capacidad de votar en el proceso de tomar decisiones del Concilio. Y cuando tuvimos el proceso de nominaciones, había 2 madres, sus nombres aparecieron, y quería saber si ustedes querían ser voluntarias para esos puestos. Uno de los nombres era Aida Kwamatsi. So just to reiterate, in addition to the 3 role offices of the president, vice president, and secretary, we have 2 spaces for voting members that represent the parent interest of EQ4. And really the only requirement from these 2 parent volunteers is to attend SSC meetings. And essentially you have the ability to vote in any decision-making process or any vote that takes place within the school site council. During the nomination period, we saw 2 names come up a few times, and I wanted to open up the floor to see if we have an agreement from these 2 parents in terms of their ability to volunteer for these two open spots. We have Miss Aida Kwamatsi and Monica Baptista. So first, I'll open up to Aida to see if you are open and amenable to accepting the one of the two voting member positions.
Yes, I'm privileged and honored to take this position. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate your willingness to participate, and we're welcome to have you. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you so much.
A few words?
Well, I just want to say, this is the first time. Well, no, actually, this is my second time being in a parent council. I was initially in the early Head Start with Celeste. She was in the early Head Start program, and Raul and I were actually part of the council too back then. So it was good to be a member now, because due to my work, it was really difficult for me to be more involved with their growing, and that's why I push him to be like, you need to be more into school and see what's going on and advocate for the kids and stuff like that. So it's great now that I'm home and working, I'm able to do this for all the scholars at EQ3 and 4 and whatever, EQ3 other facilities you guys have.
Yeah.
I just want to learn more.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it. And, we're kind of all in this together. And for some of us that just started in leadership, well, mainly myself, I know Mr. Nguyen and Mr. Arellano are new to EQ4, but I don't believe they're new to the school site council. So, we're a pretty good group to start off the school year with. And all of us just starting our positions within the school site council together. Mónica Bautista, quería oír de usted, just wanted to hear from you if you are open to volunteering as a voting member.
Yeah, I would be proud to be a voting member.
Great. And would you like to say a few words about your interest in joining the school site council?
Well, this is I used to be part of the SSC back in when my kid was in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So I started as president. Right now, I am glad that I have a voting voice in the SSC. So thank you.
Absolutely. Well, we're lucky to have you, especially since you come to us with a historical perspective of your having joined or having been a part of the school site council in previous years with EQ4. So thank you again for joining. I have not yet heard from Ms. Benitez. Just to go back, Corey, to the previous slide. I know I spoke with Ms. Benitez earlier today, and she had confirmed in accepting her nomination to the post. I'll get some clarification from her if she'd like to continue with the secretary post. You can reach out to me directly if this might be something that you are interested in, mainly because this is actually, asking for the time, just going back to the original screen of time commitment. The very minimum, we are requesting a 2-hour commitment to the school site council, any potentially planning meetings. But ultimately, this is more just to invite others who maybe perhaps this position speaks to them. We will be opening up the voting period this afternoon. So I just wanted to basically reiterate the importance of continuing to join, but also the ability to meet the minimum requirement of a monthly participation that is set forth. So anyone who has any interests and knows about, taking notes from the meeting, this position of secretary speaks to you, there is still the ability to join as a candidate and have that be voted into for the next upcoming meeting. So that being said, I would like to take this over to slide 12, Corey.
I'm there.
All right, I see it. Next steps, próximos pasos. Today, it'd be your ability to submit your vote for each candidate, whether that be yourself or others. Hoy vamos a votar para cada candidato, si es usted o para otros. Usted puede entrar una vota para sí mismo o otros que tenemos. Y para aclarar un poco, nos acaban de informar que debido al propósito de la reunión de hoy y que esta junta se toma virtualmente, que podemos extender la votación, el periodo de votar para todo el grupo de padres de la comunidad de EQ4. Y es por un periodo de tiempo limitado. En vez de ser limitado hoy en nuestra junta, lo podemos abrir por un día. Mañana, lo vamos a abrir hoy y luego lo vamos a extender hasta mañana a las 5 de la tarde. Y después de eso ya se cerró el periodo de votar. Y después de eso le podemos compartir con toda la comunidad quién ganó el puesto. So for those, we were actually, I say we, but really I mean me. So this is a little bit of a surprise to some of our school site council leadership. Just minutes before joining the meeting, received some clarification that we, due to the nature of today's meeting, which is voting members who could potentially be a part of our school site council for up to 2 years, and the fact that we are having our meetings virtually, we are able to extend the voting period to the entire group of parents of EQ4 for a limited window of time. And once that window closes, we will be able to report on the final results as soon as possible. So that being said, that window of time begins as soon as we close today, and we will open that up all the way through tomorrow at 5 p.m. And that way we'll be able to report out on Thursday who has officially been voted into their post, and then we'll go from there. So what I ask you to do, actually, for those that are on this call, is if you have not yet submitted your vote, well, really, since it's anonymous, you could potentially cast another. But what I'd like to do is make a little minor tweak to one of the positions. And as soon as you receive a Parent Square notification with the voting link, that is the time frame that where you are able to cast your vote. And so thank you for bearing with us, and thank you for having patience. I just wanted to make this process as fair and equitable as possible for everyone involved in our community. You know, at this point in time, I know it seems like some things are uncertain, so we're really just trying to make sure that we hold everyone close and we hold everyone accountable, and everyone can participate in the way that is easiest and most able for them. So that being said, I do want to thank you for your time today. We appreciate, you know, you taking, especially those candidates who joined, Mr. Guerrero and Ms. Chiquin, who joined today and said a few words regarding the candidacy. We are so happy to have you on board, and we're looking forward to formalizing it in today's vote. And just so that you are all aware, the next meeting of the School Site Council is December 1st. I know it seems a little soon, but with the holidays approaching, there are some, certain things that need to be decided on before the end of the school year. So we're really, looking forward to having our next meeting. That being said, it looks like today's meeting is at a close. Anyone else would like to say a few words?
Jasmine, I have a question. I just clicked on the link so I could do the voting because then I'm going to forget.
Yeah, of course.
And then when as I see, I'm clicking on my name, and then I was clicking on Monica, but it only gives me one option, either it's myself or Monica. And
yeah,
then
that's actually the reason why I realized I needed to change it up a little bit, because it only gives me that one option. So I'm going to switch that up, and that way that you're able to vote.
And then and then the other section underneath us, it says something about write in. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that was actually if we did not receive, if we did not get 2 parent volunteers for these voting members, we were going to allow the possibility of writing them in. However, I'm actually going to remove that before I send this out to the larger group, because we have you 2, and you guys are so lovely, and we're thankful that you have volunteered for those 2 positions. So let me switch that up, and I can get that wrapped up within 5 minutes of this call.
Okay.
Those that are on this call, I know how it is when you open up a tab and you want to do it right away, because otherwise you will forget. That is absolutely me, so I understand.
Okay. And then when do we have our regular parent meeting?
What do you mean regular parent meeting?
Okay, because this is just a council meeting, just, like the president, vice president. I just mean as a whole, as a school meeting.
Oh, you mean cafecito?
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
That's actually next Tuesday. So thank you for asking. Since this was related to the vote only, we didn't, put any other school reminders. But I will be sharing, obviously through Parent Square, and I've also been sharing reminders over the last couple of weeks with upcoming dates and events and reminders. But yes, Cafecito is next Tuesday, and that is at, let me just get that exact time for you. We have Cafecito at 1:30 p.m.
Okay.
And for those parents who participate in the ELAC meeting, that it follows the Cafecito at 2:30.
Yeah, because I have a question in regards to, the parent meeting. I don't know if I could ask my question right now or until the parent meeting. It's in regards to the Illuminate, like student report.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I want somebody to explain me how are those grades accumulated, because I've seen, my child's report, and she's doing pretty well, but I still have questions about, because some subjects it says she's missing. So I wanted to know, what does that mean?
I would leave that up to Corey, because she's, obviously that's an instructional piece.
Okay.
So
I can jump in on that.
Yeah.
But my only question, Ms. Ruiz, did progress reports get sent out yesterday, or are we still working on that?
No, we're still working on it. There was another glitch in the system, and I was actually working on sending that out today. We were able to test it again. So previously, I was forced to, due to the glitches that we had, I was forced to just share with you guys really how to look at your scholars' grades and progress report up to that point via the parent portal. What I am going to send also via Parent Square is basically a PDF report of your scholars' grades, as well as details of missed assignments that may actually give you a little bit more context as to why they received the grade that they received. And furthermore, we are going to be having parent-teacher conferences virtually. And so we're working on that right now, but we do have dates that we're able to share with you and when those will be. So they will be scheduled, and we'll have school staff reach out to you on the scheduling piece. But we'll be having parent-teacher conferences between December 9th through the 11th. So that way you can go over in detail your scholars' grades and what that means, previously and moving forward.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I'm updating the voting form right now. So that way you guys can take care of voting at this time. So that way I will go ahead and okay, and okay, it's updated.
Mr. Guerrero, did you have a question?
Yes, well, it's more like a suggestion. Maybe that could be one of the subjects to cover on the cafecito about parents that may have the same question about the grades. So you can let us know, like you can let the other parents know the cafecito, because usually you have more turnout of the parents that join cafecito than the council. So
Yeah.
maybe more parents have the same question. If you guys can address it in like as a group, so that way they know and they won't be concerned like individually, you know. So it can be made as a group, to let them know as a group what is going on with the grades.
Okay, certainly. Any other questions? Okay. So that being said, it looks like we is in the conclusion of our second school site council meeting. Thank you all for joining. And thank you to those parent volunteers who volunteer to participate in the school site council, whether it's through an elected office or as a voting member, or really just as someone who is interested and just wants to join. We are happy to have you. That being said, we will conclude today's school site council meeting, and I will be shortly wrapping this up, sharing the video of today's call, as well as the presentation that we had, and send out the link for voting. And we will make it clear that the voting process will be open to all parents until tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night and a great day off tomorrow. No school tomorrow for scholars. So enjoy.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.